if an uninitiated person was to look at the pre-fight press conference type pics, the ones they've had near the top of the Empire State Building between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Rocky Fielding, they might think, boy, this is a bit of a mismatch. Look how much taller the other guy is. He's going to daddy the other guy. But that's for people who don't know what's going on. The reality is it's the much taller man, Rocky Fielding, who was the massive underdog this coming Saturday night in the Garden in New York, trying to defend his WBA super middleweight title against the conqueror of Gennady Golovkin, shall we say. This is a massive opportunity, the right mindset here. I was questioning whether I was going to do a video about this because of how long the odds will be on this, but at the same time, this is the perfect opportunity for someone like Rocky Fielding to be like, well, like, there is absolutely no pressure here at all. I have got to try and give it my best shot because this is going to be the biggest stage I'm ever going to be on. Now, it kind of reminds me of certain fights in the past, like when Michael Jennings fought Miguel Cotto back in 2009. And more recently, Jason Wellborn giving it his best against Jared Hurd. Now, sometimes these British fighters, these big underdogs who have perhaps only won the British title and they go overseas to fight a big star, sometimes they kind of accept the script, you feel, a little bit, or there's just a natural, unavoidable shyness on being on such a big stage. Whereas sometimes they really give it a good go, like Callum Johnson just did, or kind of recently, against Artur Beterbiev, trying to win his IBF light heavyweight title and flooring him, doing very well. But out of all those examples I just gave, still, you could perhaps have Fielding right at the bottom of them in terms of his actual chances. Now, we know he lost to Callum Smith, which isn't necessarily the most damning thing. Smith very well may be the best super middleweight out there, and he's very big to boot, powerful, not particularly flashy, but very good. He would at the least give Canelo a very tough fight. It's more the fact that Rocky Fielding lost to him in one round. And in doing so, I think we really saw a big difference in levels between those two. We saw Fielding go down 3 times and show some very worrying defensive liabilities. He keeps his hands pretty low. He's not that fast at pulling the trigger. Sometimes his punches, though, he can dig a bit, have a bit of a pushy or a slow look compared to other top world level operators. And he has this bad habit. Perhaps it's his build, perhaps because it's how tall he is. He kind of punches from the chest a little bit here, which of course means the arm is too low and it's not getting that natural postural defense from shooting from the shoulder here where your chin is down. He can kind of be like this from the chest when he gets excited and he lets his shots go. And against a pinpoint quality counterpunch like Canelo, he's going to have a field day, no pun intended. Now, because Fielding is quite tall, defensively irresponsible almost, Canelo, I think, is going to be looking for those looping right hands. He's going to probably be a bit more audacious with his punch selection. He's got a big target in front of him who is, as I've said, defensively not the best and not the quickest either. Now, as I say, he's got to just try and do his absolute best. The reason why I say it, he might even be have the least chance out of all those other examples I mentioned, is that Fielding's sole chance here seems to rest on the old puncher's chance, which often doesn't mean a lot. And it really doesn't hold water here because Canelo has just gone another 12 rounds to make it 24 in total against Gennady Golovkin. So, boy, is he up against it. Canelo's got his, how many fight deal is it? Is it 10 plus fight deal with DAZN or however you pronounce it? There's already talk about a third fight with Gennady Golovkin. This fight up at super middleweight against Rocky Fielding has just got a formality, stepping stone written all over it. But I hope, just trying to conjure up all the talent he's got, Rocky Fielding, he can just focus the fact that he's never going to be here again. You've only got one shot and to just absolutely go for it. But I can only see one winner, and that is Canelo via KO.